Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CNT podcast. My name is Tommy Terrio. I'm here with which one are you just gonna go first? You have to pick.
Justin Yormark.
And Ava Reschke.
You always point like you were pointing to me, but for you might be pointing at someone else.
Yeah, I mean, you made it work, so we'll call it a day.
So sure. I didn't know who you were pointing at.
Don't worry about it. All right, so this episode might be scuffed. Who knows? We'll see. But we're talking. Actually, wait. Justin's doing card of the week. Did I get it right? I kind of wasn't paying attention.
Tommy, you gotta pay attention. I am doing card of the week though, so we got a banging card today. I'm gonna say that. So, for those of you who draft, it's hard to get pictures at the night games, but at day games, it's really easy to get pictures. And so I went to a day game recently for the Mariners and got George Corby on the 2021 Bowman Chrome Mojo. He also signed the first Bowman paper he had. Fun story. So I came in, I have season tickets, so I got in really early because it was Saturday. I got in, all the Mariners pitchers were all warming up and stuff. George comes walking over to stretch out. I have a picture actually to stretch out with this. Okay, brightness is too high. With the rope thing like that. And so right before, as he was setting up, he said, I'll sign one real quick. And so he was coming to sign for me. I said, sign this one if you're only going to sign one, not trying to be greedy. He then went on to sign both. The first Bowman didn't turn out as good as this one. And then he said he would sign again after he was done throwing. He never came back to sign. And so he only signed for me that day.
Nice.
There you go.
And he signed two.
I actually got the starting pitcher's autograph on the day that he was pitching. Edward Cabrera of the Miami Marlins, except the autograph kind of came out pretty cruddy, but I'll take it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I have so many new card of the weeks to show. I got a lot of autographs recently.
I will have. I'm going to the National, so hopefully I can get some good pickups there.
Mm-hmm. So, Ava, I believe you're going first with the first player.
So should someone do an introduction really quick as to what we're actually doing?
You were supposed to do the intro.
Hey.
And then you fumbled the bag. You always say what we're doing, and then we do card of the week. And you,
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because you always cut me off. You always cut me off. Ava, what are we doing today?
I guess I'm giving the intro then, because clearly
Tommy fumbled the bag.
Because Justin doesn't know what.
And chose violence.
So it's on you. Anyway. I didn't wake up.
Anyway, what we're doing today is discussing possible destinations for major trade targets. So I believe I'm going first, right?
Mm-hmm. Just do the order of the list, because that's the order I have, and it'd be easy.
All right, sure. Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing as well. So the first player that we got is Juan Soto, and I say that he's going to go to the Mets with Josh Bell in exchange for Tyler McGill, Kevin Parada, Brett Beatty, Alex Ramirez, and Ronnie Mauricio.
That is the worst shit I've ever heard, and I'm not trying to be mean at all. That was horrible.
Well,
that's not even enough to get Juan Soto alone. If you want Juan Soto, you have to trade Francisco Alvarez.
Nope.
Then you're not getting Soto.
Is a prodigy. Well, we're probably gonna trade Cash as well. So.
Oh yes, because cash considerations makes that a perfect trade. That's enough to get Josh Bell taking a few pieces out. If you want Soto, you have to trade Francisco Alvarez.
Nope.
I knew she was going to do this too. I knew you were going to say he's going to the Mets.
Obviously.
I knew you were going to say that he's going to the Mets.
Justin, she's about to clear out the entire farm system just for this video. Just the entire. There's not going to be a single person on the minor league roster.
No.
No trade Francisco Alvarez for,
You really think that they can get Juan Soto without giving up Alvarez? That is outrageous.
Yeah, with the entire rest of their farm system, you know,
They're
who
not-
knows? But
They're not even going to be able to get Soto because the Nationals won't trade him in division. But a mock trade that I think would work for the Mets is the New York gets Juan Soto and Washington gets Taijuan Walker, Brandon Nimmo, Alvarez, Batty, Marcio, and Ramirez, the top 4 prospects. That's a trade that could get Juan Soto. You have to trade Alvarez or at least take on Patrick Corbin.
I didn't say Patrick Corbin.
I know. I'm saying if you want to keep Alvarez, you would have to take on Patrick Corbin. And even then, they wouldn't do it. The Nationals won't trade Soto in division, nor would they trade him without Alvarez.
I disagree.
I strongly agree with you know, this is a rare occurrence, but I agree with Justin.
Yeah, I'm right.
That is rough. That's a tough sell for me, really. It's just yeah. I struggle with that.
Crazy. That is crazy.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this. I admire the gall. I admire the guts to put yourself out there and say, "Hey, look at this."
It's a mock
But I
trade.
also have to admit that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know, how much gall you have if your take is just atrocious. So.
It's one thing to have bias and think the Mets will land Juan Soto. It's another to think that they can do it without trading the number 1 prospect.
I still think they can.
Especially for the rest of that. Especially the rest of that haul. Yikes.
I'm not saying I think the Mets could maybe land Soto. I don't think that is outrageous to say. But saying they can do it without trading Francisco Alvarez, that's where I'm a haul.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, let me say this. This is a mock trade. Yes, it might be a bad take, but the Mets don't really have enough value to acquire Soto without Alvarez, and they're not trading Alvarez because he's our future. So, yes, he's probably not going to be traded within the division. I completely agree with that. And what team will probably land him outside our division? The Yankees. Yes, I know that, except not anymore because now Benintendi went to the Yanks, but yeah, no, I don't think that Soto will be coming to the Mets. I'm just saying if he did, this could be possible, plus cash considerations, since Steve Cohen is willing to spend big bucks. And also, I have written here 2 players to be named later or 2 other draft picks.
Okay. And I get that the Mets don't want to trade Francisco Alvarez, but saying he's your future, Juan Soto is, I believe, only like a year older. And so
right.
You should trade Alvarez because Soto could be your future. And
right.
There's no way either New York team lands
him. It's a gamble.
The Yankees don't have the prospects to get him.
Listen, it's a major gamble because we did something crazy to grab, I don't know, Lindor, who was supposed to be an amazing player with Cleveland, who was an amazing player with Cleveland, but once he came to the Mets, it kind of started going downhill for him. Yes, he's coming back, but I don't know. With Soto, I'm nervous that could happen as well. I want his prime. I want him to be in his prime, and I don't want to give up Alvarez as a risk.
You can't get Soto without Alvarez.
I just don't get
that.
I disagree.
No team can trade for Juan Soto without giving up the number 1 prospect, and the Mets are not an exception to that. I
disagree.
I don't think either New York team could even land them. I think the Mets could if they weren't in the same division, and I don't think the Yankees have the prospects to do it. Who I think Juan Soto is going to
I agree with
is
that.
Padres. I think Soto is going to go to the Padres. In return, the Padres get Juan Soto and Patrick Corbin, and the Nationals get Trent Grisham, Luis Campusano, who's the Padres' number 2 prospect, Mackenzie Gore, and CJ Abrams. I think that gets Soto to the Padres.
Yeah, that could work theoretically, but same division. You just said he's not going to be.
No, to the Padres, not the Phillies, the Padres. So east to west, so he's fine. The only problem, I mean, I don't know. I fell in love with Luis Campusano recently, so I mean that's just a
Me
like
too.
that's so I don't know.
But like you said, you fell
Would
in love with him. The
Fernando
Nationals to fall in love with him.
Fernando Tatis and Juan Soto in the same lineup for the next number of years? I don't know what number. I don't know what team control for Tatis.
Probably a long-term deal.
That's what's happening in our fantasy league. Is the guy who has Tatis also has Juan Soto.
Yep.
It's a terrifying thought, but
I don't know
at the
how
same
we'd let that
time,
happen.
who is it? I don't even know who has him.
Dylan.
Oh,
one of our blog writers. Because Tatis was injured, so everyone was passing on him, and we forgot it was a keeper league, and he got Tatis and Juan Soto.
Yeah.
And he's the best team in the league without Tatis on his team.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Pretty much I'm saying is Dylan's winning the CNT fantasy league for the next 20 years.
But do we know what Tatis is going to be when he comes back? That's the question.
No.
Right.
Probably still really good.
Oh, no, I have no doubt that he's going to be an above average MLB player. I can't give you any guarantees after that.
Fair.
He has the physical, he has the pure
floor.
physical talent to make himself an above average MLB player with the instincts and everything, like all the basic training that he has. But we don't know what everything else has done to him. So, but I don't know. I'm up in the air on that. I think it makes sense because it's like that's what Juan Soto brings is the top 3 player in baseball, top 3, top 5, different people put him in that echelon, right? It's just that it's so hard to, like those 4 guys you said you had, Campusano, Gorse, Abrams, and
Trent Grisham.
3 of those 4 are, will probably be major contributors for the next 5 to who knows how many years down the line.
Who do you think won't be?
Grisham. I don't know how long Grisham's going to stay in town compared to the rest of them.
He has a few years of control. And he replaces Soto, give him an MLB ready player who's pretty young. And in 2 years, if they want to flip him for more prospects, they can. But he's pretty young.
I mean, I think I think that trade, if it's going to the Padres, that's the trade. I think that it makes sense too, but it's just hard for me.
I mean, if they don't want to take on Patrick Corbin, they could take Corbin out of the deal and throw in Robert Hassel, the number 1 prospect. But then I think they might be really risking it.
Like you just said, you can't get Soto without having a number 1 prospect. I didn't hear Hassel.
They have CJ Abrams and Mackenzie Gore, who were the number 1 and 2 last year, and going into this year, who just graduated. I still see CJ Abrams as a prospect.
All right, I would include Hassel in that deal as well.
I think giving up Hassel and still getting Patrick Corbin with what they're giving up is too much.
Yeah.
I think these 4 for those 2 is a perfect deal. If they don't want to take on Patrick Corbin, take him out, put in Hassel. Yeah. They don't have to add to this. This is a fine deal right here. They have the 1 and 2 from the last 2 or 3 years in Abrams and Gore, and the number 2 in Campusano.
All right, fine.
And they're getting Trent Grisham, who has another 3 years of control and is 25.
Right. I mean, like you just said, though, Grisham is questionable for how long he would, be a key contributor.
I mean, at least 3 years if they don't trade him. And he'd be the star of the team, so he might be inclined to stay.
All right. Juan Soto isn't going anywhere.
That's unpopular opinion alert. There's so many sources. Same source that broke Castellanos to the Phillies is saying that he will be trading. So
the reason I don't think he'll be traded is that the Nationals will pay $600-700 million. And it just doesn't, it's just, I don't see a world where, it just, okay, for the moment, no team is trading for him by August 2nd. Let me put it that way.
I disagree.
Me too.
I think I just don't see, any team mortgaging just everything, throwing the farm. And then, so we have a couple of teams that, truly have the farm system to actually, have a conversation with the Nationals, right? That are still in contention. It's just, The Dodgers are the type of team to just randomly just pull that firepower just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The whole rabbit out of the hat. It's like, oh, by the way, we now have Juan Soto. And it's just like, what? Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. But no, I don't have a justified reason. That's the worst part about this is like I generally have at least some sort of justified reason for my take, but it just doesn't feel like Juan Soto's going anywhere. Because one day it's gonna be today it's the Padres. Yesterday, it was the Dodgers. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe it'll be the Mariners. Maybe it'll be the Guardians. I don't know. That's why it's like,
hot take, the Guardians could trade for Juan Soto. They have the prospects to do it.
Oh no, they certainly have the prospects to do it. I'm just saying, I just don't see. I almost think this is more like I feel like this is almost to some extent like the Juan Soto's camp is paying off all these reporters to say these things just to increase his value. Just because he wanted more money from the Nationals. I just don't.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that actually.
It feels annoyingly disingenuous just to have if there's a suitor, there's going to be like 2 to 3, like maybe 1 to 3 at max suitors that are going to be the main ones that you're going to focus on. There's not that here. And it's like, for a guy that's a generational talent like Soto, it doesn't make sense that we don't know who's actually, the front runners to get him.
Mm-hmm. I just like, if he doesn't get traded by the deadline, I think he gets traded in this offseason. Like he wants out.
I think he's traded in the offseason.
I do think that he'll
that
get
actually
traded.
makes a lot more sense. No, I really agree with what Tommy's saying, because when you hear about a trade, or when you hear about a potential major deal, that there's going to be at least, like Tommy said, 3 teams that are really going to go after him. But here you really don't know, which is actually kind of bothersome at the moment, because the deadline is coming up quickly, and a lot of teams are trying to land him, but we just don't know. And a lot of teams have players that could be in a good deal for him, but they don't have the prospects, or they do have the prospects and they don't have the players, or they don't have the money. I think that we'll see a Juan Soto trade happen in the offseason, but not right now. But I do think that the Padres are a major contender.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the next player. I don't think any of us are really going to change our minds on Soto. Yeah, he's taking enough of our time for today.
Yeah.
We'll say, can I just give one? I don't have any research done into what a trade would look like, but I think just personally, if he is going to get traded, it's going to be the Dodgers. That's just my opinion. I don't have any research done into who they would give up or anything else. So don't come,
I do. So give me a minute. Tommy, I want you to rate this mock. I did a Canva post doing mock trades for him. This is my Dodgers
I agree.
one.
I honestly agree with both Tommy and Justin, because the Padres do have the players to do it, but the Dodgers just make these insane moves that
the Dodgers have the players to do it.
Too. The Dodgers do it every year.
Freeman,
the Dodgers,
Turner,
here's my Dodgers mock trade. LA got Juan Soto. Washington gets Gavin Lux, Dustin May, Cody Bellinger, Diego Cartara, the number 1, Bobby Miller, the number 2, and Andy Page is the number 4. Prospects.
I would take that.
That
makes a lot of sense.
It was one of the better mock trades, which
settled.
Upset me because I don't want the Dodgers to get Juan Soto.
I mean, right. Well, I didn't want the Dodgers to get Freddie Freeman. I didn't want the Dodgers to get Trey Turner. I didn't want the Dodgers to get Max Scherzer. We don't.
Well, I'm sure you'll find with how Scherzer ended up.
Right. I'm definitely very happy with how Scherzer ended up, but the Dodgers aren't kind of breeding their players anymore. They're just getting all the good talent, from elsewhere. But
yeah, but also a lot of the stars they developed on their own.
Right.
They haven't bought in that many players. They've really developed them and then overpaid to keep them.
Tell me what stars they developed. Kershaw,
I mean, Mookie
this clown about to say Cody Bellinger was a star they developed. This guy about to say Cody Bellinger.
He was a star at one point. It's easier to say the talent that they bought, which was Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts.
Trey Turner.
And Trey Turner. Well, Scherzer was only there for half a year.
Yeah, Trey
Turner. I don't count Scherzer because he was only there for half a year.
That trade was to get Trey Turner, mainly. No,
They drew
That was
Cody
for
Bellinger
Scherzer.
when he was
It
good.
was
They
for
drew
sure.
Clayton Kershaw. They drew Julio Urias. They drew Justin Turner. They drew Max Muncy. They drew Tony Gonsolin. Like Walker Buehler, they drafted and developed. Will Smith, Gavin Lux, Dustin May. Like most of their star players, they drafted and they developed.
So are we gonna move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So for our next player, we have Wilson Contreras.
Oh, that's
Possibly-
right.
I need a minute. I need a
That's
minute.
right. I forgot about that. Oh, sorry.
I need a minute, guys. Oh.
Yeah, he possibly played his last game at home in a Cubs uniform. So condolences.
Don't
to
say that.
No,
Let me
Ava,
guess. You haven't
Ava. He
said-
did play his last game in a Cubs uniform at
Hey,
Wrigley.
okay, Tommy. I was just saying that to make Justin feel better. Okay, we
Yeah,
can't
we're
have him having a mental breakdown on the podcast right now.
I have been having a mental breakdown since the last trade deadline. It hasn't stopped. Also, speaking of last year's trade deadline, Chris Bryant, he had his twins today.
I know. I'm so
That was
happy. I
very
think
wholesome.
Colson and Carter, maybe.
I didn't look at the names. I just saw that his wife gave birth, and I was excited for him.
Yeah, I love KB. He's so nice.
Legend.
So yeah,
guy.
Wilson Contreras. I have him going to the Giants in exchange for Heliot Ramos, Sean, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's the really tall pitcher. Kyle Harrison, and maybe Joey Bart.
So why did the Giants get a fleece us? Like, I don't like that trade. That's not enough for Wilson.
Wait, can you say it again? Say it again. Sorry, sorry.
Heliot Ramos, Sean Hagel, Kyle Harrison, and Joey Bart.
I don't really like that. I'll be honest. I think this is coming from a Cubs fan entirely. I want them to get like a first base prospect to Schwindel is not the answer, or young starting pitcher and prospects, or pitchers who just have control.
Fair enough.
So I don't love that trade.
I would say, I mean, from a Giants perspective, I would say that it's fair to land Contreras. Maybe it's not who you're looking for, but we can always deal those guys in during the trade itself. But I would say that this is fair to land Contreras, because you get an outfielder who's going to be a star. You get two pitchers and a catcher. Like, I mean, yeah, you always need to build up your pitching. I mean, every team does, except for the White Sox.
Except for the Mets.
No,
the Mets need help.
That is that was like the farthest from the truth.
It was a funny joke because you only praise the Mets. There's no harsh to them. You've never been harsh to the Mets.
Well, yes, I have actually.
Not on this podcast, at least.
Oh yes.
Nope. Oh yes, you did. I guess you did call them not a playoff team. Are you proud of me, Tommy?
Fond memories.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched that conversation to get to that point.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so good.
Listen, I give criticism where it's due. Our bullpen is really, really bad. Except
Edwin
for Edwin
Diaz
Diaz.
is good.
Edwin Diaz is good, but the rest of them.
Edwin Diaz gotta be the weirdest player. He has one great year with the Mariners, gets traded, has a bad year, comes back, has a great year, then is bad, and then like every other year he's either great or really bad.
Okay, he's streaky, whatever. No, listen, we have Seth Lugo, who is terrible. We have Trevor Williams, terrible. Trevor May, terrible, who's also injured. We have, who else do we have? Yohan Lopez, terrible. Joely Rodriguez, terrible. What? Oh, yeah. Thank you so very much, Justin.
I love Pete Crow Armstrong. I enjoy having him.
That was probably one of our worst trades ever, but
Dude, I love that trade.
Yeah, you love that trade. Obviously, you're a Cubs fan. Justin, remind me, who was involved in that trade? Tell me everyone who's in that trade.
Javier Baez, Trevor Williams, and Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, so
that was it.
You guys, we gave you.
We fleeced them.
Yeah, exactly. You completely fleeced us. We got like a veteran who's not even good, and Javi Baez, who's the most overrated player in baseball right now. Trevor
No,
Williams, who's
He's
an
not overrated
okay.
because no one thinks he's good. So he's not overrated.
No,
Also-
I know a lot of people who love Javi and think that
Pico
he's
Armstrong relic.
Hmm.
You could have had him on your team.
I could have, and I wish I did, honestly.
I enjoy him on my team.
Yeah.
He's in a
I
He's in a Mets uniform in this.
Yeah. By the way, I recently added a Nick Magical short print to my PC. It's the one that Tommy gave you.
He didn't give it to me. I traded for it.
Or whatever, same thing. But yeah.
So my Wilson Contreras mock trade. The Cubs are sending Wilson Contreras and David Robertson to a team for the number 5 overall prospect, who is a first baseman. I was talking about this with my brother the other day. Like, if I've kind of accepted that we're trading Wilson Contreras, and so now I'm interested to see what we get in return. And what I want in return is a good first base prospect. So I want Wilson Contreras to be traded to the New York Mets, as along with David Robertson, for Mark Vientos, the Mets' number 5 prospect, who is a first base outfielder.
I don't think that we're interested in giving up Vientos just yet.
You guys want to win it all right now. You need something to boost. You said yourself you need bullpen help.
That's
David
correct.
Robertson has been very good.
They just won the series against the best team in baseball. I'm not sure how concerned they are about.
It was a 2-game set. Everyone needs bullpen help, and catcher's like the last thing they need besides bullpen.
All right,
But
did you
Wilson
just call the
Contreras
Yankees
could
the
be
best
it.
team in baseball?
They have the best record.
By record, they are the best team.
So,
Whether you like it,
I mean,
there's
yes,
no
they
other
do have the
not
best-
metric
wrong.
there's no
He's-
other metric for measuring what team is.
He's right.
No,
I don't like the
Who's
fact that I'm
better?
right.
Who's
the
better?
Mets. The Mets.
Oh my God! So much bias.
All right,
I cut out the
Justin.
bias. I've
Justin,
cut
can I
out
do
my
my trade?
bias. Yes.
So you were talking about a deal. So this was actually, shout out to Trevor, by the way.
Oh, you're gonna send him to the Astros.
Yeah, I have him going to the Astros. Justin we were on a call. Was that yesterday? I believe, Justin.
Was it yet? No, it was not yesterday.
It was a couple days ago.
It was the pancake day.
So Justin was whining about wanting
Wine.
Corey Lee. He's not getting Corey Lee.
We're not getting Corey Lee. I know that.
You're
I
getting
know that.
Yainer Diaz and Jamie Melendez. So
This was worse than Ava's mock trade. I want mine to go through. I want Mark Vientos. I would even include Ian Happ for the Mets to also include another prospect. I
Yeah,
want
you're not getting-
Vientos.
Diaz is hitting.
Vientos.
So Yainer Diaz is the main
Vientos.
piece in this trade. He's hitting 302 with an 880 OPS in AAA. I mean, he's having a good year. 18 home
position
runs,
is he
7
again?
UABs. Catcher, first base.
Catcher.
Okay,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind a new catching prospect, and he could play first. I don't hate that.
And then Melendez is a right-hander, just to kind of sweeten the pot.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I would say I'd rather do that trade than the Giants one. Not
Well-
Ava's mock trade to the Giants was not bad. It's the position wise. I'd rather get a
Right.
catcher first baseman than.
No, I
everything
totally
like that.
agree. Like I said, it's fair, but based on
It's not. It was an all right mock. I'd much rather get Vientos or the Astros deal. Like
You're
I
not
really
gonna
want Vientos though. And the Mets and Cubs are talking heavy about Contreras and Robertson too. I've seen a
no,
lot
I know.
of that. Like he's probably gonna end up with the
Don't-
Mets.
Don't expect Vientos in that deal.
By the way, Justin, it's not worth paying attention to, who's going to be traded as a Rockies fan. It's just depressing. We have Jose Iglesias, Alex Colomé, CJ Crone, Daniel Bard, and
Chris
Chris Bryant
Bryant.
have all been listed as possible trade candidates. And it's like,
I haven't seen any rumors about them though, so I don't think they're gonna do anything.
No.
oh no, it's just Rockies Twitter is just,
Mm.
it's just not in a good spot.
Yeah,
It's
that's
in
fair.
shambles.
The Rockies are in shambles though, to be fair.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean, at least not the Cubs. So I mean, it's fine. Ava, who's our next player?
It was Andrew Benintendi until that deal happened last night. But
Literally, traded as I was making my
Hey,
mock for
listen.
him.
You know what? I said that he was going to go to the Yankees. Not
Everyone
the
was going to
exact
say that he's
trade.
going to the Yankees. Everyone
Is
knew
it
he
worth
was going
pointing
to the
out that I didn't
Yankees.
think he was going to the
Well,
Yankees?
Yes.
Tommy's weird. That
Tommy is
what?
weird. What? No,
It's-
but
Everyone knew
Because
it.
the,
Where'd you
because
have
the
him going?
vaccination status wasn't what?
right, exactly. Let's talk about that for a sec. I said he's I said that he would go to the Yankees, but like it probably would end up falling through because of his vaccination status. Like he's like not. I mean, I don't
He's
know
not
how
vaccinated.
He's
Right,
going
I
to get
know.
vaccinated though now.
he better.
Now he's
I
on a
mean-
contender.
So what I said, the team actually I'm going to was the Phillies.
Okay.
Because the reason for that is that they have two of the biggest defensive liabilities in baseball, and Kyle Schwarber and Nick Castellanos in the outfield, who are still
Hey, no
exceptional
Schwarber
hitters.
disrespect. No Schwarber disrespect.
Not at
Except the
all.
fact that he's a terrible defender. He's a great hitter, but he's a terrible defender.
He's a
But you-
DH.
You put one of them at DH, and you actually, it's serviceable. So that's why I put him there. Is you have a corner outfielder who
Yeah,
can actually
but-
play defense while Harper's gone.
Everyone
Yeah.
knew that Benintendi
I
would go
agree
to
with
the
that, I
Yankees,
agree with
wanted
that.
him. Like, it was guaranteed he was going to go to the Yankees.
For the most part. Anyway, our next player was Josh Hader, and I was gonna say that all of his hair is gonna have to be chopped off because he's gonna go to the Yankees with Luis Urias in exchange for Gleyber Torres, Luis Severino, and maybe cash.
So he won't have to. Would he have to cut his hair? I thought that was
No,
only his
no, it's
facial
just it's
hair.
just
No,
it's
his
just facial hair.
I meant.
Okay.
Oh,
When someone says Josh Hader hair, I think of his long hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll be fair.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't hate that. I think there might be another
hate it.
prospect or two in it.
I
Yeah.
think
I
it's
don't want it to happen, but like that mock trade, like
that is terrible. That is
Why?
atrocious.
Explain yourself.
Josh Hader is the core of a contending team's bullpen, plus Luis Urias,
contending team.
who is still who is a great hitter for Gleyber Torres.
Wait, Luis Arias was in that trade too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you got it. The Yankees have to add more.
I'm thinking if you throw Jason Dominguez in there, we start to have a conversation.
That's what I've been saying.
I was gonna say Anthony Volpe, but
They wouldn't trade Volpe for these two.
Yeah,
Volpe,
like, yeah, they might. Bro, can
They
you
might.
imagine you have what's his name? Not Chapman,
so
the other
I
reliever.
I did add Dominguez. I didn't see the line.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Clay Holmes.
Yes, Clay Holmes in the 7th, Aroldis Chapman in the 8th, and Josh Hader in the 9th is the single best bullpen,
Yes.
quite possibly of all time.
Yes.
Quite possibly of all time.
Yes.
I got
Which
Hader
is why
going elsewhere, but that would be insane. I think Gleyber Torres, cash considerations, Jason Dominguez, and the other prospect you name, who I'm forgetting, could
Luis
get you
Severino.
Luis Severino. I think that could get it done for Hader and Urias.
I think so too. I mean,
Pretty-
I'm
I
looking
want
at
one.
my.
Yeah.
I want another low level. I want another low level. Or like I want another minor league. I want another prospect if I'm the Brewers in that. That's me personally. I want another-
Oswald Peraza or whatever his name is would probably be okay in that deal.
My hair's
Yeah,
floating in
I
the
would-
wind. I have a fan on. It's very hot here.
Yeah, same.
Hair's
It's
flowing
finally
in the
cool.
wind.
It's finally cool here, and everybody else is suffering from heat.
Yeah, you got out of Washington at the right time.
Tommy, where are you?
I'm in Colorado right now,
Oh wow,
so just yeah.
casual.
But yeah, it's 74, 81, 80. Oh man, it gets up to 94 next week. Oh boy,
It feels like 97 here.
yikes!
Huh.
That
It's
kinda
like
sucks.
85, but it feels like 97.
Yeah, it's pretty hot out here in New York too.
So I got Hader going to the same division as the Mets, to the Braves. Josh Hader to the Braves for Shoemake, the number 3 prospect in the Brave system, Schuster, the number 7 prospect in the Brave system, and Tuttle Davidson, the number 5 prospect in the Brave system, as well as cash consideration.
I like it.
I don't.
Well, you
I
don't
don't
Okay,
like
what do you
like
think
being
of
a
the
Mets
trade
fan.
what do you think of the
I
trade
mean-
independent of being a Mets fan?
Pretend you're a Cubs
Um,
fan. No, because you want Hater out. Pretend you're a Manos fan. Has like no effect
Okay,
on it.
fine. Thinking about the trade itself, um, I would add a decent major leaguer to the trade and take away a prospect. Because you still need a little bit of major league experience, I would say.
No, because
For
I think
Hader,
the Brewers might just blow it up. It's not working for them.
I would add, if I were the Braves, I would probably end up adding Luke Jackson.
I don't like Luke Jackson. Is that okay to say?
No,
Probably.
this is a Luke Jackson number one fans podcast. Yeah, no, I don't really like him that much either.
Yeah, I mean, I was okay with the deal initially, and if it's Luke Jackson being thrown in as well, I'm fine with it. Maybe it
Yeah.
becomes a slight overpay, but I mean, overall, I'm fine with the deal.
Tommy liked my mark.
I was trying. I was poking and prodding the bear and saying, "Hey, how can I make this work?" I was trying to get Josh Hader to the Twins. Their current closer is Joan Duran right now.
What about doing
And-
like Austin Martin and another prospect for Hater?
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel that prospects were what they wanted.
Mm.
Because I think you switch. Because I think you move. If you
Okay,
trade
I see
Hader,
that.
you move. If you move Hader, if you trade Hader, you move Devin Williams to the 9-inning role. You have some other guys who can work in there, but you still need major league hitters, and the Twins don't have enough of those to give up if they still hope to
Right.
be a team.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I see
see
what
that.
you
I
mean.
see that. I see that.
So do you not have Hater going anywhere?
I don't
You're
have
staying put?
I don't have Hader going anywhere.
Okay.
Who's up next, Ava? Who do you got next?
Luis Castillo. I'm saying that he's gonna go to the Blue Jays in exchange for Jordan Groshans, Nate Pearson, and Gabriel Moreno.
I think that's too much. I don't think they
No.
trade Moreno for him, but I love Jordan Groshans, and I think he could definitely be a part of the deal. I'm really high on Groshans. I really like him.
maybe if the Reds added, who would the Reds add to make it work with Moreno? Because the Reds kind of need.
There's nobody
prospects.
else in Cincinnati.
No, Moreno wouldn't get traded to the Reds, but I do think Moreno could be traded because of Alejandro Kirk's breakout.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Definitely
going
not
to a
trading.
Reds game and I'm
They're
going to a
not-
Reds
they're
game
not
in
trading.
3 to 4 weeks,
That's
and I've got to.
That's the sole reason why I added him in this deal. Yes, I know it's a little bit much, but I mean their pitching would be really, really good if they add Castillo, because they got Berrios, they got, I don't know, who else? Name me some pitchers. I'm going blank. But
Engine Ryu, Alec
Yeah.
Manoah.
exactly, Manoah. How can I forget? Yeah, I think that their starting pitching would be something else if they can secure this deal.
I just think that's an overpay.
I
A
don't know.
little, but
I'm
if
okay
you
with
need to-
Moreno being traded. I think it's too much for that, but I'm okay with Moreno being traded because you have Alejandro Kirk, who is 20. I'll get into this later, but Alejandro Kirk is 23 years old and is an all-star. You're set. And then you have Danny Jansen, who's a quite reliable backup.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe
I think-
Moreno doesn't have a spot in the
Moreno will be
organization.
traded. I think like if the Blue Jays wanted to go out and get Soto, I think they could. Like maybe trade Lourdes Gurriel, Moreno, and a few other pieces.
they probably
Minimal for
they
them.
probably could.
Yeah,
No, I get that.
they have an
Probably.
they have an outside shot at doing so.
I just think Moreno for Castillo, even if it was straight up, is still too much.
Yeah.
All right, Justin.
I have Luis Castillo going to the Twins. They need a little bit of pitching. I think they trade Jordan Balachovic, the number 3, Austin Martin, the number 2 prospect, and then Yasiel Mercedes, the number 28 prospect for Luis Castillo. So they trade 2, 3, and 28 for Luis Castillo.
I think you would have to add to that.
I'm pretty sure Jordan Balachovic and Austin Martin are both top 100. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not. I'll check.
Um.
Actually, now that I say, I don't think they are.
All right, so I'm gonna go this just because I have them also going to the Twins, so I'm gonna give out my offer. So I'm giving the Reds Royce Lewis and Bailey Ober.
That's a different way to go because
Yeah, I was.
neither Jordan or Austin Martin are top 100. So that's the number one and the number what?
Ober's just a pitcher. Ober's one of their starters right now.
Ober. Okay.
Yeah.
So
See,
the reason I'm doing this deal is that they have Carlos Correa until 2025. And then they have another guy, Noah Miller, who's like 8 or 9 for them right now, whose ETA is 2025. When the Correa deal ends, he's going to be mid 30s now. At that point, that is.
so you're saying do like an Astros thing, have Korea until the prospect is ready.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I just.
And then Ober has team control. Ober's a UFA in 2028. So, you know, the Reds would have plenty of time to build around both Royce Lewis and.
I guess.
I would do.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but I don't like it because the whole point of going out and getting Luis Castillo is to help that pitching rotation, and trading Uber, it kind of negates it a bit. Like I would do like Royce Lewis and maybe Jordan Blankovich, the 1 and 3. That might be too much.
I think that would make sense.
That would make sense.
I don't think they would trade Uber just to get another starter. I think they would do.
I think it would be
Lewis and
someone more along
else.
the lines of like a Spencer Steer or a Matt Wallner. I don't know if you trade Balazovic because he's you know, a really pretty good. He hasn't been good this year, but I mean.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but I don't like it because
they have 3 pitchers in their top top 5 in that like in their own system. They have 3 right-handers in their top 5. So I think you trade
one of them instead of Uber.
One of the 3 of them, yeah.
I'm probably not Jordan Blankovich, who's number 3.
Well, Balazovic hasn't been doing well, so I think
that's still pretty good. Who's the next player? I know, but the listeners don't.
Yep. Hey, what you got for us?
Trey Mancini. You guys are gonna hate
First
this one.
off, real quick, the fact that during the ESPYs they went on like a 20-minute rant talking about cancer, and then they gave comeback player of the year to not the cancer survivor was horrendous.
Yep.
Is it okay? I mean, first off, respect to Klay Thompson for all that he went through.
What did
you know, like he fought through some stuff on his own, you know.
He did.
Being gone 20, like not being there for, you know, what, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Is, you know, that's like mentally draining, let alone, you know, physically draining. And, you know, to tear his ACL and rupture his Achilles or whatever, it was, you know, it's the order of those two.
Yeah.
It's
I can't comprehend how
the guy could have theoretically ended his career right there and been a Hall of Famer. Like been a, you know, had an argument to be in the Hall of Fame.
And went off Splash Bros in the finals.
But actually, no, I agree with the selection. Never mind. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you gonna try to defend? But anyway,
literally survived cancer and came back to baseball. It should have been Mancini.
Whatever. I'm saying that Mancini's gonna go to the Mets in exchange for Jose Butto and Junior Santos.
I don't hate the trade.
We need a DH.
You have Vogelback now. Like you have Pete Alonso and Vogelback for first base. Like you don't need a third first baseman.
Okay, but we can use him. We can still use him as we can use him as a DH.
Then what is Vogelback going to do?
Play first. Alonso.
Then what about Pete Alonso?
I don't know. I mean,
they don't need him anymore.
We don't. We could use him.
Where would you put him?
Anywhere.
Where? What position would he play?
Starting pitcher, bullpen. I don't know.
He's
our 8th inning guy.
I would take him as a DH or
what about Vogelback?
Or Vogelback.
What about Pete Alonso? Like both of them. Like if you wanted Mancini, you wouldn't have gone and traded for Vogelback.
Right. I still think that Mancini would be an asset to the Mets lineup. So
he would be an asset. It just doesn't make sense to worsen your farm.
It doesn't make sense right now, but I still think that let's say the trade with Vogelback. Okay, let's say the trade with Vogelback didn't happen because I wrote this.
Getting Mancini would make perfect sense.
Yes.
It would make perfect sense if you didn't have Vogelback.
Right.
but you have Vogelbach.
Now we do. So right, you're completely right. It does not make that much sense, but in theory, it could have.
Yes, it could have. I agree. I probably would have had him going there. Plus, I probably would have had him going to the Mets if you guys didn't trade for Vogelbach.
Yep.
But I have him going to the Astros for Colin Barber, the Astros number 5 prospect. Straight up 1-for-1.
All right. Tommy, what do you have to say about this?
I don't hate it. He's a
I don't.
pitcher, I presume.
Yeah, I just want to
Relief
see what you
pitcher?
would say because I also
Justin,
don't
your
hate it
guy?
that much. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a right-hand pitcher. Let me check.
No,
That
no,
one,
reliever.
that one I threw together. No, it's the Astros number 5 prospect.
I know. Is he a reliever?
I don't look at reliever or starters when coming to prospects. I just see pitcher. Because you can change it in the prospects, you can change it easily. He's an outfielder, Colin Barber. He's in high A, he's 21.
I prefer him to
This
be a
year-
reliever, but that's just
This
me.
year, he's batting .303 with a .410 on base percentage. His OPS is .880. He has 7 home runs and 5 stolen bases this year.
I like the player, but I don't like the deal. I think if you're doing it, you're doing it for an MLB, like a younger MLB relief pitcher. Because that's the biggest hole in the team right now. And besides
Yeah,
that,
but I
in the
don't think they're
outfield.
really going for a contending. Like I did, they kind of are this year. I think they're a few years away, and this could be Barber could be a real good piece in the outfield along with Colton Cazzo in a few years.
I don't have him going anywhere.
Really?
So the reason for that is that they're in limbo. They're not going to tank. So there's no, but they're also not trying to contend. So you're not going to trade them away for it doesn't make sense to trade them away for prospects in order to tank, but it also doesn't make sense to trade for he's also he's the heart and soul of the team, but there's no, it's not like a necessity. The Contreras and Hap deals, they're the 2 heart and souls of the team, but there's a clearer direction as to what's going to happen with the Cubs in the coming years. They're not
Okay,
looking to
sideline.
contend. They're not looking to contend the next year to 3.
That's
right?
not really true. The Cubs front office has said they want to contend in 2023. Don't ask me how or why. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
But
know.
you get my point though, right?
Would you quick side note, I saw this on Just Baseball's podcast. Would you do Christopher Morel for Pablo Lopez straight up?
no,
No,
never.
Okay,
no,
but
not in a million years.
Hear their reasoning. The Marlins have so much pitching depth in the prospects, and they have said
Well, they just lost one.
They want to trade Pablo Lopez. They want to trade him. What they need is bats and consistent bats. What Morel is he is a consistent good bat. He's a plus defender. He has pop to his bat, and
But he's not worth
he's
it.
under control. He's under control for 5 years. Just Baseball said that they would do that, and I would do it too.
So you have
What-
From
Sandy
both
Alcantara,
sides.
Trevor Rogers, Sixto Sanchez, Pablo Lopez. I mean, give it 2 years and they have an argument to be the best. I mean, and then when Max
Yeah,
Meyer's
but-
finally around in late 2024, even argument assuming praying that no one else gets hurt, you pretty easily are winning best
Yeah, but
best
here's the
pitching core in
thing.
baseball.
They have Sandy Alcantara, they have Pablo Lopez, they have Erie Perez, they have Max Meyer, they have Trevor Rogers, they have Sixto Sanchez, they have Jake Ito, they have Dax Fulton. That's 8 starting pitchers.
There's plenty of
who are
guys
either
that they
in
can.
the MLB or in the top 10 prospects. It would make sense they move one. Pablo Lopez has the most value right now because he's young, he's pitching
Justin,
well
what
in the
happened?
majors.
What happened to being able to switch pitchers between starters and relievers? What happened to that? That was 2.5 minutes ago.
You can't, and they could do
So
that.
just
if
throw the
they
rest of them in the
wanted to.
bullpen. Take your
Yeah.
5 best guys.
But then
I still wouldn't do that,
you're
yeah.
limiting their potential. Then you're picking
not
and choosing
limiting their
who's going to be good.
So you're not
No,
limiting their
how-
potential
how
when
would
it
you
doesn't
be
benefit
limiting
the
their
Cubs.
Because
Exactly.
if you move like Sixto to the bullpen, yeah, he could be an elite bullpen arm, but he could be better as a starting pitcher.
On the other hand, so I'm gonna spoil it. It's not exactly that much of a spoiler anymore, but I'm assuming that Ian Happ is going to be traded. Okay. So we'll get to him in a
Why?
bit.
I don't want him to be moved.
But so I just don't understand, like, so you don't have Morel anymore. So you have Brennan Davis, assuming
Davis.
everything goes well with recovery and everything else.
Brennan Davis, Seiya Suzuki, and Pete Crow Armstrong would be the outfield ideally.
So a prospect who isn't ETA until 2023 or 24, you have Seiya Suzuki, who, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
And then Brennan Davis, who was
ETA
still an unproven prospect and is now recovering from injury. So
there's also Kevin
where's the
Alcantara.
offense?
There's also Kevin Alcantara. We have the offense. Nico Hono is having a top 7 shortstop year, and no one's talking about it. You still have Patrick Wisdom. You still have Schwindel. You got Madrigal, who's a good contact hitter if he can recover and rebound.
Nico Herner hitting 306, 3.6 WAR, 780 OPS, 118 OPS plus.
Yeah.
I just
no one's talking about him.
I just got a notification about Juan Soto that says it's an update. Opponent Mets offer for Juan Soto could include left-handed pitcher David Peterson, catcher Francisco Alvarez, Brett Beatty, Ronnie Mauricio, and Alex Ramirez. And as of right now, sources are saying that the Padres are in serious talks with the Nationals too. Talks have intensified since last night. So
I know what I'm talking about.
Justin knows what
that's not a bad. That's not a bad.
But it comes back to my point too. Now the Nationals are the next team. It was the Padres this morning. Now it's the Nationals this afternoon. It's like, what are we doing anymore?
The Nationals have one.
It comes back to my
or
point
the Mets.
too.
Sorry, the Mets. Sorry.
They're adding Alvarez too, and I don't think that it's wise to do that. But whatever.
I think I understand you wanted to keep Alvarez. He is phenomenal. He will be a star. But Juan Soto is the type of guy you take that gamble for.
I know that. It's just a hard. It's not a hard risk to take. But coming from my perspective, we're trying to grow this guy to be a star player. We don't want to give him up like we gave up Pete Crow Armstrong, like we gave up Kelnick Dunn. Yeah, Justin, exactly. I mean, not saying that Kelnick and Dunn are the best, I don't know.
Justin Dunn is not good. Kelnick's really struggling. He still has a chance, though.
I sure hope so.
He's really struggling.
Yeah,
he's killing it in AAA, but he just cannot figure out at the big league level.
His strikeout numbers are just also concerning. Even at AAA.
He can't hit the call.
Give the man some credit. Just look at Joey Gallo's stats and come back.
All right.
To be fair, Joey Gallo does suck.
All right, Jared Kelenic for Joey Gallo straight up.
Aaron Judge has more home runs than Joey Gallo.
Than Joey Gallo's hits. Exactly. Thank you.
I said this when he was traded. I know.
I have a blockbuster trade for you. Jared Kelenic for Joey Gallo straight up.
Yankees win that with ease.
Exactly.
Joey Gallo is a bum. I hate Joey Gallo.
Is it worth pointing out that label might just apply to Jared Kelenic as well? Is it worth pointing that out?
Yes, but you said might. Kelenic still has a chance to be good. Joey Gallo doesn't.
He keeps blowing it.
Joey Gallo is a AAA player at this point.
So Kelenic has played 30 games for the Mariners, right? How many games have the Mariners played in this? The Mariners are currently 54-45, right?
Yes.
So it's 54.
So. I don't know the exact record off the top of my head.
So they've played 99 games, right? So
I've been to 11 of them.
He's had 3 hits. He had 3 hits in 30 games. Should be 9 hits in 90 games, right? Yeah, 9 hits in 90 games.
Okay, here's where I draw the line. You're basing this all off if he stayed the same. Like he would slump, he would heat up. Like you can't.
But it would be about the same. He would have about 20 hits.
That's not. Let's see. That's not fair to just assume that everything would stay exactly the same. My Drew Romo card's not shipped today.
Huh.
Dude, I love that guy.
Where were we?
We are
Trey Mancini, right?
Well, I think everybody's getting their bid on Trey Mancini.
We're up to Frankie Montas.
Okay.
In my trade, I said that he's going to go to the Cardinals, but I think that the Cardinals might be overpaying a little bit if if I say the full deal, but I have him going to the Cardinals for Matthew Liberatore, Packy Naughton, and possibly Corey Dickerson. I think it's a
That's
little
an
bit
overpay.
That's an
right.
overpay.
So I would take away Corey Dickerson and keep Liberatore and Naughton because those are
Trade Liberatore. I like this. Get him out. I don't like him. I don't want him in my division.
You don't need
Why?
to trade Liberatore to get this deal done.
Needed on, but which is why they should do it to Watson the Cardinals, because I hate the Cardinals. I'm going to St. Louis later this year. I'm rocking all Cubs stuff. Might even get the obvious shorts St. Louis's boring short to wear.
All right,
So
who's up next to talk about Frankie?
I don't
I
think
think
he
it's
gets
Justin.
traded. I don't think he gets traded at the deadline. I think they move him
Really?
in the off season.
I do. I don't hate that, but I think that he'll be in a new uniform come August 2nd. But yeah.
So I have him going to the Cardinals as well. But for Alec Burleson and Jonathan Mejia, the biggest
Okay,
reason
well-
that I
Well, now it's just an obvious underpay.
Yeah.
You guys got to meet in the middle, I think.
are you aware? Okay, whatever. So the thing is, Alec Burleson's 8, and then Jonathan Mejia's 11. Those are 8 and 11 prospects for the Cardinals.
I think Frankie Montas should get
I
a
don't-
top 5 prospect.
I
Yeah.
don't think I think the Athletics will just take whatever they can get. They don't really care.
That's
No.
true.
And also Montas was just recent. Frankie Montas might even still be injured,
Oh yeah.
True. I
and
didn't
that
think
just
of
tanks
that.
value as well. Yeah, he had shoulder inflammation. He was out indefinitely as of July 6th. He came back. He came back 6 days ago, and he only pitched in 3 innings against the Tigers. So there is some concerns that does tank the value. I mean, he's not on the same. He's also not as good as Luis Castillo is, even when healthy. So
Okay.
I think 8 and 11. I think is fair. I think people don't.
I do too. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's
I guess. I just
Right. Tommy's
I
got
want
a
the Cardinals to suffer.
The thing is that the name looks attractive, but when you actually realize, how good he is on a scale, and
Yeah. No, I see that for sure.
Yeah.
all right. Ava, what you got next?
Josh Bell. Justin is gonna like me for this one because he was talking about how much the Cubs need a first baseman. So I say that he goes to the Cubs in exchange for Kevin Alcantara and Braylon Marquez because listen, hear me out. If
No,
he goes,
like that's kind of fair, but I don't want to trade them.
right, but if Soto ends up getting traded, which is still indefinite, they can have a prospect outfielder and Alcantara and another pitcher because everybody's always looking for pitching. And Braylon is a pretty solid prospect, so I would totally go with that deal.
I don't like it. I think it's really bad because Josh Bell's a free agent after the season. What's the
Okay,
point of
but
trading them?
The Cubs
That's
could
too-
resign him.
Okay,
That's
but
on the Cubs
we're not.
too.
Why would we do that?
I don't know.
Why would the Cubs trade?
Why would the Cubs
the
say that
number
they're going to
4
contend in
prospects?
2023, Justin?
I don't know. We're trading
Yeah.
2 top 10 prospects for half a season to Josh Bell when we're not going to make the playoffs. It doesn't make sense. We're sellers, not buyers. It's just like the trade is fair. Braylon Marquez and Alcantara for not Alcantara, Kevin. Those 2 for Josh Bell is fair. It just doesn't make sense for the Cubs to do that.
I see that, but I do think that if Bell does end up going to the Cubs, I think that the Cubs will resign him for I would say 2 years. I don't know, $3 million.
Why don't we just sign him? Why wouldn't we just sign him in offseason? Why give up prospects? Because we know Josh Bell won't re-sign with the Nationals. It doesn't make
Right.
sense to me. I have
right.
Josh Bell going to the Blue Jays for Nate Pearson, Sheldon Groshans, the number 4 prospect, and Dason Brown, the number 27 prospect.
I see how that could work, but
Because
I
then
would-
Bell and
I
Vlad can
would-
play
I
first
would
and
more
DH.
so- right, I would more so take him to the Cubs. What do you think would be a fair deal if the Cubs were to land Bell?
They wouldn't trade Kevin Alcantara because he's high in our system. I think if we wanted to do that, I think we would trade Miguel Amaya and Kevin Made and Ryan Jensen on number 13, 15, and 17. We'd be more likely to
Okay.
do.
Fine.
Because again,
I do
it's
see
not
how
a
that could
guarantee
work.
we're going to keep him.
Yeah, fine. That's okay.
Also, might be a little Cubs bias coming through, not wanting to trade
Yeah.
Braylon Marquez because he used to be our number 2. He can't stay healthy though, so maybe we do move him.
I have Josh Bell going to the Guardians.
I like it. I like the Guardians. I think they could contend if they make the
You
right.
know
If
what?
they
I
make
was
the right
actually-
moves.
I was gonna say that he could go to the Guardians too. I just can't come to an agreement of who to trade.
You got plenty of
PD
firsts. They have
Halpin
like
and
8
Hunter
top
Gaddis.
10.
PD
Right,
Halpin and Hunter
but-
Gaddis. They're just, I mean, 14, and then the Hunter Gaddis is just a minor league pitcher who's, who's
I don't
okay.
think that's enough to get him.
Well,
No.
the thing is like, what do you
That
get? Like,
was my thing.
so Josh
you're
Bell,
either-
okay,
You're either giving too much or not enough. Like it's not
Yeah.
really.
that's the biggest challenge with Josh Bell is like he's 302, 877 OPS, 3.3 WAR. I don't know. I mean, maybe you give up like I mean, like you can't, it's hard to give up a top 10 guy, like Justin said, for half a season of somebody, no matter how, I mean, like, okay, if I'm getting half a season of Mike Trout, then maybe I can, I'll give up a couple of, top 10 prospects, but I hate to break it to y'all, but Josh Bell is not Mike Trout, I hate to be that guy. I hate to rain on your parade here, but
Josh Bell.
maybe you give up, like Jose Tena, Nolan Jones, like 8, 9, 10, something in that range, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe Nolan Jones straight up would do it.
Josh Bell.
Josh Bell.
Yes.
Can we end the episode so we don't have to do the next player?
No, that's not how this works.
Sorry, bro.
No, I don't want it. Please,
You,
don't.
Justin, you might like this trade. That
I doubt I will. I doubt I will. Ian Happ? I have loved Ian Happ for so long. He's always been in my top 3 favorite Cubs players since he got here.
You might be okay with this trade. He
I
goes to
doubt
the
it.
Padres in exchange for Luis Campusano because you said that you like him, James Wood, and Eric Hosmer and Victor Lizarraga.
Eric Hosmer, though. I don't hate that. Wow. I might like that more than my mock trade for him.
Yep. I
Dude,
told
Luis
you.
Campusano would be so good for us.
I told you.
Oh, I like that. What do you think about that, Tommy? I want your opinions on that trade.
It's like an overpay.
Ian
I
Happ
feel
has
like-
got some
I feel like
good
Ian
value.
Happ. I feel like
I
Ian
also
Happ
don't
and
like.
Luis
I also don't like Ian Happ much. So
I
that's just-
don't like you, Tommy. That is.
Yeah. Well, that was
I'm
disrespectful.
kidding. That was a joke, but I can't believe you would say that about Ian. I love him. No, Tommy, that was a joke. Tommy, I'm sorry. I was kidding.
Ava, how's your day going today?
Great. I'm getting excited for the national. Was excited about this episode. Talking trades.
Tommy, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You better be, Justin.
It's okay.
I am. It was a joke.
My feelings aren't hurt.
Ian. No,
All right.
Tommy, I'm sorry.
What's your trade for Ian Happ?
Ian Happ to the Guardians for Gavin Williams, the number 3 prospect and number 77 in all of MLB, who is a right-handed pitcher.
Just straight up.
Yeah, just straight up.
I don't know if I like that. That's not enough for the Cubs.
What? A top 100 prospect for Ian Happ? I feel like that's pretty good.
It is pretty good, but I would say add at least I don't know, maybe add a guy with major league experience, I would say, to make it perfect.
Yeah, I
would
thought
even-
people. Okay,
If you're
I'll
talking about
add-
pitching, I would even say Emmanuel Clase if you're talking about pitching. So
Whoa, we're not getting Class A.
Yeah,
I
you're
know,
not getting Clase.
but-
It would have to be Clase for practically Ian Happ and Wilson Contreras.
Okay,
Right.
then they can give us Tristan McKenzie.
No,
uh-uh.
That's-
No.
that is
I
the
said
worst.
that. I said that to upset Ava.
No.
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 Okay, I know that was a joke. Okay, give us
No, I'm leaving.
Gavin Williams.
No.
Gavin Williams and
See, this is what you do, Justin. You burn bridges. You insult me, and you do too. I mean, come on.
Anthony Ghost, who's a pitcher.
He used to be an outfielder.
All right. I think for Gavin Williams, I think that's a good deal.
Okay, sure. You know what? I don't say it's bad, but I just don't think that there's. I don't know. I don't know if I agree actually.
So if they did that, I'd be happy with it.
He's more likely to go with the deal that I said to the Padres.
I'd be happy with that deal probably more than this one.
Right.
I don't. So I think we can
We
all
all know
agree.
Tommy's gonna have him traded because Tommy doesn't want to see me happy.
I think we can all agree that the Dodgers have one of the three best lineups in baseball.
Don't even say that he's going to go.
Do not make him go there.
No.
Tommy.
The only major hole
Oh my God.
is Cody Bellinger.
Stop. If you give us Bellinger, I'm gonna be pissed at you.
I'm not giving you Cody Bellinger. No.
Thank God.
I'm giving you Jacob Maya, Gavin Stone, and Nick Nastrini.
Oh, so we're just gonna get robbed at gunpoint.
Yeah, exactly. What?
At least give us Bobby Miller.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I don't like your trade, Tommy. I'll be honest. Not to be mean.
You have 13, 18, and 19 in the Dodgers system. What do you hope? I mean,
okay. The Cubs system is deep. They need top name guys. So if we have to package Hap and Contreras to get a top name guy, I'll do that.
We will.
Like, I don't like yours as much.
If it was
Contreras,
so if it was Contreras and Hap, I would probably do something along the lines of Bobby Miller. Bobby Miller, Andy Pages, Ryan Pepiot, and probably like Jacob Amaya, something in that.
Okay,
group.
That,
I like that better.
That I would say is better.
But that would be
No,
Contreras.
take Contreras out and they offer that just for Hap.
No, that is like the worst deal in the history of bad deals.
Yeah.
Just like the Mets when they traded SPCA.
I don't know. I don't know. They got offensive production out of Javi. You haven't gotten a single
For
lick
half
of
a year.
offensive production out of.
Oh yeah. You think I wish I could pull up this clip for you right now? Javi swinging at a pitch that was nowhere near the strike zone and him reaching for it on the ground. Like, come on. What offense? Him losing his diamondeering at our home plate.
Hey.
Offense?
Hey.
Do you call that offense?
Both of you, you can be quiet for a minute. My goodness, this is a problem. All I get.
I will.
I just try to run a peaceful podcast.
What did I do?
run a peaceful podcast, and these two have to go to war.
What did I do? What did I do?
You two instigate each other. You make each other wrong.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I suppose the two of us do it, but I can get mad at you. I'm the host, so deal with it. The host of the Zoom.
Okay. I was about to come at you. Hey.
Oh yeah.
Isn't my title though officially? I'm officially a host as well though, Justin.
Yeah, but what's my title?
Founder.
Owner and founder.
Owner, founder, host. I should take owner out though, because that's not really fully true anymore.
Majority.
What does that mean? Oh yeah, because we're all part owners.
Yikes, Justin. Yikes. Sorry. Ava, who's our next player that we're going to talk about?
Our next guy is Brandon Drury, and I think that
sorry, keep going. Sorry.
I think that he should stay with the Reds because he's a good utility player who's also a reliable bat in the lineup. There's no need to trade him, and there's no team that's in desperate need of him either. And in conclusion, I just think that Drury's a great fit with the Reds, and he's perfect where he is right now.
I think he gets traded to the Phillies for Johan Rojas, number 4 prospect, and Hans Cruz, number 5 prospect.
Why do the Phillies need him?
Good defense, good bats.
I
Help him
guess.
make a push for the playoffs.
So I wasn't as ready for this one. I thought we were doing somebody else. I wrote down the order wrong.
Oh.
So I'm going to the Padres. He's a secondary. His secondary position is second base. That's where I would put him.
Jake Cronenworth.
Cronenworth has been like terribly underwhelming this year.
He was an all-star somehow.
Um,
Don't tell me why, because he did not deserve it.
So he was an all-star, but Tommy Edman wasn't.
Nico Hoerner and Tommy Edman should have made it over him. Nico should have been an all-star. You read off his stats earlier. Nico has been so good this year.
So I have Victor Lizarraga and Cronenworth. They just ship off the replacement. It feels like a pretty simple deal. I mean,
Wait, so what was the package? What was the package for Drury?
Victor Lizarraga, and then Cronenworth.
You trade Cronenworth for Drury?
Yeah.
No.
No.
So we have one good season of Cronenworth, then we have one bad. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
Cronenworth is younger than Drury. Brendan Drury came out of nowhere. Who's to say he continues this next year?
Right. Yeah, it's unreliable. I would not do that.
Like they should trade for him. I agree, but they shouldn't give up Cronenworth for him.
I think that's the way the deal gets done. I mean, that's just me.
I disagree.
I'm with Justin.
The Reds need somebody to put. The Reds need a name to put butts in seats because, like,
there is.
Jonathan India.
Exactly. I was hoping you'd come to that.
I have a short print rookie of him.
I don't know. I just don't think.
He hit his first straight slam the other week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not long ago.
At some point.
I just disagree. But who's next?
By the way, Justin,
Yeah.
it's only a 1 year difference. Cronenworth is 28 and Drury's 29. It's not that big
Really?
of a deal.
I thought Cronenworth was younger than that.
Yeah, me
My
too.
bad. But still, Drury, this is like his first good year. This makes it more reliable, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, I see that. All right. Well, anyway, our next player is Brian Reynolds. I have him going to two possible places, but I will give you this one, actually. I think that he'll go to the Guardians with Will Bednar in exchange for Daniel Espino, Tyler Freeman, Xavier Curry, and Will Brennan.
Overpay for Brian Reynolds. Daniel Espino is legit, and he should not be traded for Brian Reynolds.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't disagree with that, but the Guardians are gonna have to pay. I mean, they need.
I think they can pay without trading Espino.
Yeah. So, what's your take on it? Who do you think?
I don't know who, but Espino should be off limits unless you're getting like Juan Soto or someone better than Brian Reynolds.
All right, fine. I don't disagree with that, but I will say that I think it's like not a bad deal because, like, I don't know. I would say that Espino for Reynolds straight up would be actually okay.
Maybe straight up, maybe, but
yeah.
Justin, who's yours?
I think he stays with the Pirates. He has like another 2.
I was gonna say that.
I think he has another 2-3 years of control. I think they keep him for the rest of this year because he's not playing as well as he did last year. Keep him through the offseason as well, and next year if he plays well, then flip him. But I think he stays with the Pirates this deadline.
I was gonna say that too.
Okay, sorry.
Until Tommy cut me off.
Tommy.
Problem here. Hey.
Mute yourself.
No.
Okay.
Do you mind? Are we good now? Can I go?
Yes.
I suppose.
You may
go.
So
I have him going to the Toronto Blue Jays. I kind of set this one up already, and I have a feeling I'm going to get yelled at, but I haven't got just straight up for Gabe Moreno.
Oh my God, that is outrageous. No.
Nope, not happening.
What are they going to do with Gabe Moreno?
I agree they should trade Gabe Moreno, but they shouldn't give him away.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you guys are insane.
Okay, no. You are insane. Gabe Moreno is the number. No, let me finish. He is the number 5 prospect. Brian Reynolds is batting stats No, you
All right,
want to trade
let's
the
just go
number
on to
5.
Jose Quintana
You
before
want to trade the
someone
number
says something
5
stupid.
prospect in baseball for someone hitting 254 with 15 home runs and an OPS.
Not gonna say.
An
not
OPS
gonna
He's
of
hitting
say-
254 in AAA.
Not
He
gonna
played
say I
he's played
disagree with
18
Justin.
An
games
OPS of 789 for a top
in
5
AAA.
prospect.
Oh boy. Oh, what
No, I'm talking
wild
about Brian
stats.
Reynolds. I'm talking about Brian
Alright.
Reynolds. Those stats not get you a top 5 prospect. No. No.
Bro, you guys are
Uh-uh.
wild.
You're wild.
You're wild. Exactly.
Bro, you guys are trying. You guys are trying to hide. You know the meme of
This
the
is-
the guy who's trying to make his dog look, scarier than it actually is.
Moreno should be traded. They should get more than Brian Reynolds for him.
Bro,
Yeah.
Brian Reynolds is plenty. Deal with it.
Nah. First ever Tommy L. The first
Oh my
one ever.
goodness.
Clown
I don't know
school.
how.
You
I
can
don't
go
even
to
know how
clown
that one's
school
an
for that.
L.
It's your first one ever.
Because you have a guy. So you have two
Hey,
things.
Justin.
You have two things that meet up. Number one is having a position that
They
you
have Henry
desperately need.
Davis.
Yeah, exactly. Also, listen to this.
No, I'm talking about the
think-
Blue Jays geniuses.
Listen. No, I know.
Yeah, but why
no,
would the Pirates
The
have
Blue Jays
Henry Davis?
desperately need outfield.
I don't
Lourdes
disagree.
Gurriel is not going to be winning you games as an outfielder.
listen?
I don't
Brian Reynolds
disagree.
is.
And Gabe Moreno is not
Listen.
who you trade to get him.
Hey,
Yes,
I
he
think
is.
that I
He
can be expelled
Yes,
from
he
clown
is.
school. Hey, listen to me. I talk here. I think that
Whoa,
because of my
whoa.
I think that because of my Ian mock
You're
trade, I
trying to
should
get
be-
out of clown school, but you
Yes,
think the Mets
I
can
should
trade
be
for Juan Soto
unenrolled.
without giving out Alvarez.
Yeah, well, dude, we're not giving up Alvarez.
You have to for Soto.
Okay, what is more wild, do you think? Not giving up Alvarez for Soto or,
Not giving him Alvarez for Soto.
No,
the Gabe Moreno isn't.
it is the Gabe Moreno thing.
No, it's
Mm.
not
You're
trading
just trying to get
Alvarez for
yourself out.
Soto. Both were bad takes.
Fine,
I
I,
think-
will take
I
that.
think maybe you include
Ah.
Jose Quintana, then and
You have to
Brian
listen
Reynolds
to this.
and Quintana for Moreno, then maybe because Quintana's having a good year. Then maybe, and that's only because they have talked.
You got to listen to this. You have to understand where I'm coming from, saying that I don't think that trading Alvarez
I can see
right
where you're
now is
coming.
the
I
best.
see where you're coming from, but it's complete bias. Like you can get Soto without giving up Alvarez.
I'm not saying that I fully think that we're gonna get Soto because, like all of us said before, he's probably not staying within.
I
the
didn't say
division.
that. Oh wait, yeah, I said that. I thought you were saying
Yes,
he's
you
not
did.
getting traded. I thought you were gonna say that
course
he
he's
won't
getting
get traded.
He's not
He's
getting traded right now. but-
He's not getting
Whatever.
traded.
Okay, Jose.
He's getting
Not-
traded
not
to
right
the
now.
Last
Padres.
player.
In the offseason, he's getting traded.
All right, let's move on. Jose Quintana, our last player. I think that he's going to the Astros in exchange for either Mauricio Dubon or Christian Javier.
Wait, can you say that again?
Yes. Jose Quintana goes to the Astros in exchange for Mauricio Dubon or Christian Javier.
If they trade Javier for Quintana, the Astros are beyond stupid. Javier
That'd be
is
the
so
greatest fleece in Pirates history.
Right.
Javier is having a better year than Quintana and is younger.
I know, but listen.
So why would they
listen,
trade him for Quintana?
Because listen. If hold up, let me speak. If Jose goes to the
He has a
Astros
point.
in exchange, what?
I said you have a point. Justin does tend to not let people speak. It's a whole bit. Don't. I feel your pain. Go ahead,
see,
sorry.
Thank you
My
for
apologies.
understanding. Oh, see, look who's talking. Anyway, no, I would say that the Astros can trade him straight up for Dubon. Then they can have Quintana and Javier. What I meant to say is that he does not get traded for either or. He gets traded for Dubon and is in the line of the rotation with Javier. That way both can combine and be a stellar pitching staff.
I think you're just saying that when you realize that Javier would be a fleece.
Yep. 100%.
You're just recovering. Like you
I am
thought
recovering.
Javier, yeah.
Yeah.
It's outrageous. Dubon, I think, is not enough to get Quintana though. I think they have to trade a prospect and Dubon to get Quintana.
I
But
don't know.
like-
I mean,
I think he could go to the Astros. I think that'd be a good trade for them. I have
Right.
him going to the Tampa Bay Rays for Xavier Edwards, the number 5 prospect, and Mason Ayer, the number 30 prospect.
That's not bad. I would take that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I don't know. I have him going to the Atlanta Braves.
I can see that. And then
I-
he could throw a perfect game against the Mets in the playoffs.
Ha.
Bro,
Yeah.
Justin, there's only one problem with that theory. It assumes that the Mets make it to the playoffs.
You're right. I'm being so unrealistic with that. Gosh, you're right. I'm sorry about
Gosh,
that.
exactly. You are being unrealistic. Of course, they're making the playoffs.
No, they aren't.
They
I
aren't.
was
They aren't.
unrealistic saying that it would happen in the playoffs. I guess it'd be in the last game of the season to knock them out of the playoffs.
See,
Uh-uh.
see,
Yeah.
there you go.
Now I'm using my
Do you
brain.
remember?
Now
Are
I'm
you
using my
forgetting who's in
brain.
first place? Are you forgetting who's in first place?
Are you forgetting that it's also
Are you forgetting that we're
deadline, which is when you're about to fall apart?
Are you also forgetting that we're
We
both
have-
casual bystanders of teams that really have no shot of doing anything? So we're just like heckling other people. Like, can you like just understand that fact?
Heckle.
Bro, Justin's
Just
right.
done,
Bro,
just done.
Justin is 2.5 games up on the Reds, and I am behind the Diamondbacks. So let's.
It's been a really tough year for me. But hey, 5-game win streak. Haven't
Oh,
lost
yeah,
since the All-Star
contenders.
game.
Contenders in 2023.
I'm not the one who said that. The team
You
said
make me
that
laugh.
they want. No, the team, the Chicago Cubs front office said they
Chicago
wanted
Cubs
to
are
send.
stupid.
First off, the Mets have never won anything in your lifetime, so watch your mouth. And two, I didn't say that. I think they're crazy for saying that.
Are you really gonna use haven't won in my lifetime as an excuse? Okay,
Yes.
it's like saying that the Yankees have won 27 rings. It's the same excuse. Yes, the Mets have not won anything in my lifetime, but not yet. They will this year.
Yeah, not
Like I say
yet.
every year. Like I say every year. But I have faith and I believe in my team.
You're
So
too
that
biased.
You guys
They're
you're
not
not.
winning this year.
You guys are 3 games up on the Braves. I mean, my goodness.
Okay, the Braves are a really good team. They have Dansby Swanson, who's having a great year.
yeah.
Speaking of Dansby Swanson, I traded Zach Greinke for him in fantasy, and I love milking.
So this is a time where we just
A complete fleece.
We're leaving. Tommy, end this already. This is getting
yeah.
out of hand.
Can we be done? Is this like? Can
Only
we be
if the
done?
fans listen to the sign.
Is there anybody else, or are we done?
Shirts,
think we're done.
shirts, 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 shirts.
I'm wearing one. I don't know.
Listen
No,
to the
I'm
sign.
saying-
Listen to the
Are
sign.
you shirts?
or
Hey, listen to
the
the sign.
Listen to the sign, or blog writer Dylan Trigo will sneak into your fantasy team and take your best player to pair with Juan Soto and Tatis on his fantasy team.
I take listening
There
to the
you go.
sign. I'm gonna listen to the sign real quick.
Speaking of fantasy, Tommy, didn't I just beat you a few weeks back?
Yeah, now I'm
Few
beating
weeks.
Ava though, so things are all good.
Yeah, that's not really much because that's not saying much at all because I'm one of the worst teams in fantasy right now.
Yeah,
You're
you
not
also
the
just
worst
didn't
team.
draft pitching.
You're not the
Yeah.
worst team. You're the second worst team.
Oh, thank you, Justin. That makes such a difference. Oh wow, Tommy, you're not beating me by that much.
Tommy,
I'm
if
still
you
winning.
better win. Tommy, you better win.
I'm
Yeah,
still
Tommy,
winning. I'm not.
You actually,
He's
you
he's
better
winning
win.
by 78. That's kind of a lot.
Justin, you're losing to your brother.
Oh my God.
Yikes.
Yeah, look at my brother's record. It's a game better than mine. He has a better team than mine currently.
Justin? What do the playoffs feel like?
All right, I need to make some trades.
Feels
Like guys,
good.
my team.
I've
is
offered you
insane.
so many good trades that you just spit in my face.
Also,
Justin, your
do you
trades
know,
are mostly trash.
Do you know
Okay,
who
if
I just
I'm
picked
winning the
up?
trade, it's because I'm giving you someone you can keep or what?
Do you guys know who I picked up?
Yeah, Brett
picked up-
Phillips. That was laughable. I love the guy,
No.
but he's not good in fantasy.
No. No.
You
not
did
Brett
pick him
Phillips.
up.
I was not.
All
I
right,
did
so
pick
we
him up,
are
but I
all
wasn't
done.
not-
Justin gets muted. Ava gets muted. Now we live in silence.
What did I do?
So, all right. So
Dude.
you guys won't get. So let's just do this. Let's just do
By the way-
this. Now things are quiet. Things are peaceful. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you so much. I want to apologize for the other two. Doing their thing. They're a little You guys can unmute now. There's a couple, there's a little bit, bickering.
Tommy, we agreed you wouldn't do that anymore.
Hey, Justin,
At least to me.
this was a problem.
Subscribe.
The bickering is a problem. You have to be nice.
Yeah,
I
Justin.
know it's not
Sorry,
often that
yourself.
you talk to women,
Okay.
but geez.
Oh wow! See, look, Tommy's defending me. Justin, you're in the wrong. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, I sent you our next player analysis for the coming week. And
Everyone's
guess
being mean to me.
guess who my prospect is? Francisco Alvarez.
Alvarez.
Yup, you guessed it.
Future national.
Oh, are
And
you
not for
implying that
Juan
Juan Soto
Soto.
will go to the Mets?
Nope, I'm implying you're gonna trade for Josh Bell for Francisco Alvarez straight up.
Okay, that gets you into clown school.
No, it's Shane. No, it's Shane
It's a
Bieber.
joke.
Shane Bieber would actually be very interesting.
Wonder
to
Franco's not a
imagine.
rookie though.
Nah.
All right, here. You get
It's Evan Longoria.
you get Mike Trout for the entire top 10 of the Mets farm system.
Nah. Justin, what are you laughing
Ava,
at?
you
What?
said Wander Franco's ceiling is Evan Longoria.
Oh, I did
That's
not
his
mean to write that.
floor. That is
I
his
didn't-
floor.
I did
Wait,
not mean to write
Evan
that.
His
Lon-
ceiling is so much higher than Evan Longoria.
Oh
Evan
yeah.
Longoria is like his floor.
Wait. Oh,
It's
I
like
put
Evan
that
Longoria,
as
like
ceiling.
Cal Ripken. It's not.
His ceiling's like Cal Ripken or something, not Evan Longoria.
See, I love Evan Longoria. Tampa
Yeah,
Bay Rays.
no, I
Evan
like him. I
Longoria
like
was
him. I like him.
legendary, but still,
Wander Franco's already better than him, honestly.
no.
Yeah.
no, not
Close
yet.
too. Close.
Yeah.
No, not even.
Hey, I was just naming a Ray. I did not realize that
It doesn't
could
have
be
to be.
and-
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah,
a player
I
on the
didn't
Rays.
realize. I did not realize. You did not say that.
All
But I
right.
fixed it. I think
So-
it's safe to say that we could stop the recording.
With
gonna-
that, we'll see you guys next. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out.